is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Outlets at Ford for Boshiers, who slaloms past two defenders on the right block and sticks in the right-hand left.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off, powered by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By the Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with gig. By Quality Suites of Morristown, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Penland rips it away from Roberts, puts it in with the right hand as she's falling to the ground, and one for Campbell Penland.
Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Wattray.
Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to Holt Fieldhouse as we get set for tip-off. Carson-Newman getting ready to host the Anderson Trojans here today. Great to have you with us on a Saturday afternoon. Lady Eagles looking to avoid 3 consecutive conference losses for the first time in 7 years after losing at Mars Hill on Wednesday night and at Catawba last Saturday. This is the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off, powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Make the right call for energy efficiency and earn big savings today. That's AEC, your trusted energy partner. What does Mike Mincy want to see out of his team in this game? How do they get back on track here down the stretch with a 1-game lead in the Mountain Division for a regular season championship in the conference? We chat about that and dissect a lengthy, tall, and athletic Anderson team when we come back on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagles Sports Network.
Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owners insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Time to check in with the Lady Eagles head coach. Here's Mike Mincy alongside the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
Carson-Newman back in action, taking on the Anderson Trojans, looking to put an end to a 2-game losing streak with Coach Mike Mincy. I'm Michael Watrang on the AC Countdown to tip-off. Coach, you go back to the Mars Hill game. You've now lost 2 straight for the first time in about 4 years. What's the biggest thing right now that your team needs to correct as you get ready to take on Anderson?
Those stats are always in, because it's been an interesting year. I think we've set records in a good way this year, and we've set records in a bad way. We all know, we don't need to discuss just difference with personnel and all that kind of stuff. But I was super happy with our play going into Mars Hill. Obviously, we were disappointed in how we shot the ball, and it got really bad come third and fourth quarter. I think we got tight. The longer Mars Hill hung in there with us, the more tight we got. And so I think we folded under the pressure, so to speak. And so one of the things that we've talked about and just talked about not too long ago was being able to perform under the pressure. It's a big game, and they understand the ramifications of it. And, we need to try to bounce back as best we can today, and that's going to start with making shots.
It's an Anderson team in terms of overall makeup that looks very similar. They got good size, good length overall as a team, but they're middle of the pack in terms of field goal percentage, defense, and scoring defense. Still a great rebounding team. What sticks out to you about this year's collection of Trojans?
Well, I think you hit it perfectly. They're huge. They were huge last year. They're big. They can certainly put 4 kids on the floor if they want to. Probably more than that, but 4 kids on the floor that stand at 5'11", 6 foot tall or bigger. And so that's the thing. They kill the offensive glass. They always have. They've been one of the top rebounding teams in the country, probably in the league, and it's definitely in our league for quite a few years now. And I think that's your biggest thing is basketball is a game of matchups. And obviously we're not as big as they are. We do have Ruthie at 6'4" and Callie at 6 foot as our tallest players currently. And I think it's going to come down to can we keep them off the glass? Can we keep them out of the paint and not let them shoot 1-footers, make them shoot outside shots? Because if I had their team, I'd want them to shoot inside too. So it'll be interesting to see how we kind of guard that. And then on the flip end, how can we produce buckets? We've produced buckets decently of late until we got to Mars Hill.
Speaking with Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy, getting set for tip-off as Carson-Newman hosts Anderson on this Saturday afternoon. You mentioned that length and size. Well, Diamond McDowell is one of the matchup nightmares in this league. She's long, she's rangy, very talented scorer as well. What is it going to take to try to slow a player like that down and ensure that she doesn't take advantage of what has been an undersized team of your group?
Yeah, you can't. I don't think in a lot of matchups with us today we can leave people on islands and let them just guard them one-on-one unless they're on the perimeter. Obviously, if they're inside, because of our lack of size at the moment, we have to help down. We have to bring secondary defenders and make them pitch it outside and score from the perimeter, not inside. So how well we do that, only time will tell. But we definitely can't leave undersized players under the bucket, allow them to get good position and allow them to go in a one-on-one matchup. That's certainly not going to be in our favor.
At this point in the season, 6 games left to go. You had a nice little buffer in the division standings after the last 2 games. That has shrunk down to just 1 game. You do have a young group, but you also have some players that played key roles in a tournament championship last year. What is the key of getting this team's mindset right, but not ensuring that they press too much, understanding what is at stake the rest of the way?
Well, I think one of the things, again, we just talked about this not too long ago, was accepting the fact that there's pressure and stress that come with these games and rising to the occasion, so to speak. And, the old saying, cream rises to the top kind of thing. Like, we need to be able to do that. And you see this time of year when top teams fall, and I think they start feeling the pressure of late season games and all that kind of stuff. And we really can't worry with that. We got to try to rise up. For us, our thing is like rise up, make a shot. Make a shot. We had a lot of open shots in the second half at Mars Hill. We just didn't convert. But that's what makes it fun. I'd rather be in the position we're in with a 1-game lead than not even having a shot to make our SAC tournament. We're in a good position. We're going to be playing meaningful games down the stretch. Certainly today's a meaningful game. And if you come out on the winning end, it's a great day. And if you come out on the losing end, you suffer another loss. But even with that, you're still up there at the top, still fighting for that top spot in our division, and certainly the top 2 to be able to host that first round SAC tournament game.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best luck today.
Thank you, Mark.
It's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. When we come back, 31st meeting. Carson-Newman looks for a 6th straight win over Anderson. Starters and play-by-play coming your way when we return on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC, we're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopCNEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopCNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCNEagles.com. We welcome you back to Holt Fieldhouse, closing in on tip-off as Carson-Newman looks for a 6th straight win over Anderson. Last year, the teams met 3 times. The 2 regular season games were tight tussles. 70-68, Carson-Newman won here. 67-64 in Anderson. And then Carson-Newman dominated the SAC Tournament Championship game, winning by 25 points, matching the all-time league record for differential in a title game. This year, Carson-Newman 14-8 overall, 9-3 in league play, clinging to a 1-game lead in the Mountain Division, while Anderson checks in at 13-10, 7-6 in the Piedmont. They sit at number 4. Could be a preview of what we might see in the tournament opening round of the SAC this year. Let's get you squared away with a starting lineup. Carson-Newman will trot out the same group for an 8th consecutive game. It'll look like this with Harley Smith, Campbell Penland, Skylar Boshiers, Keely Rogers, and Braylon Weichel. Could be a history-setting day for Weichel. 16 points shy of 2,000 for her career, and 5 3-pointers away from passing assistant coach Tatum Bergstrom for the all-time record in Carson-Newman history. More on that as we go through this game. But Anderson, their starting 5 looks like this. Diamond McDowell, the freshman of the year a year ago. She's as good as it gets in this league at 6'2". She can do it all for this group. Joelle Snyder, Brittany Stafford, who had a terrific year last year, was a preseason all-conference pick, averaging 11 this year. Brittany Bailey, one of the top rebounders in the conference, and Farragut high school product, and Keely Rogers' high school teammate, Ashlyn Sheridan, round out the starting 5 for Jonathan Barbary here in this contest. Great to have you with us today. Skip Roberts back inside of Network Studios. I'm Michael Watrang as we're just about ready to lock and load here today inside of Holt Fieldhouse. The friendly crowd piling in. I see a bunch of former Carson-Newman Lady Eagles here from the Elite 8 teams of years past are in attendance, and the men's team will honor some championship teams as well later today. Carson-Newman hasn't lost to Anderson since that double overtime setback on February 1st, 2020. Mackenzie Gadsden draining a 25-foot three-pointer at the buzzer in 2 OTs to win that game for the Trojans. When we come back, we'll have edition number 31. Carson-Newman and Anderson coming your way here in just a moment on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
This
Kisses it off the glass and one.
is Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
Smiles across the board, makes some room in the trophy case for the third time in program history. Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Aramark, by ShopCNEagles.com, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, by Magaha Electric, Inner Digital, by Food City, Trilite, Quality Suites of Morristown, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
We're back here at Holt Fieldhouse, closing in on tip-off as Carson-Newman gets ready to take on the Anderson Trojans here today. Time to take a look at the uniforms for these two sides, beginning with a look at the Anderson Trojans. Brought to you by Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Just get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CNID. That's Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. All black jerseys for Anderson with gold accents. Anderson across the chest, numbers on the front and the back, and a little gold pattern down the side, as well as collars and waistbands for the Trojans. Carson-Newman on the other side have the all-white unis out today. Carson written on top of the number, Newman below that, written in navy with orange outline. Numbers on the front and the back are written in orange with navy outline. And we're just about ready to lock and load on what is Play for K-Day, raising money for breast cancer awareness here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Pink everywhere. Carson-Newman's coaching staff rocking the pink as well. Some of the players for each side have either socks or headbands or some kind of pink accent somewhere along the line here today. Well, we'll see what these two teams play against. We have had some really close games over the years. When you look back through the years, there's a lot of tight games, including, if you remember back to 2018 when Carson-Newman won the region championship as the top seed. They took on 8th seeded Anderson in the opening round, and it took a late Bree Smith three-pointer to give Carson-Newman a lead, and the Lady Eagles closed that game strong and eventually won that game 70-62 over the Trojans. What do we get here today? Should be a fun one, and it'll be a good chess match. Carson-Newman undersized again, playing without Lindsey Taylor, the SAC tournament MVP last year, so they're undersized against a lengthy Anderson crew. Bo Shears and McDowell in there. McDowell swiping it over to Stafford in the front court. She dribbles to the left block, kicks it out left wing. Now it comes out top for Ashlyn Sheridan, kicks it out to the left corner for a three-pointer. That misses short. McDowell an offensive rebound, and she puts it back in on the left block. Early two for the Trojans, one of the top rebounding teams in the country. They lead the league with 15 offensive boards per game. And they get an early one here. 2-0 Trojans. Carson-Newman first possession against man-to-man defense. Bo Shears around a Harley Smith screen. Lobs it back to the right elbow, and Smith Smith starting to spin around in the paint, setting up Brittany Bailey, and Bailey gets the shot block. Rogers had a piece of it, but she steps out of bounds on the baseline, and it goes back to Anderson to get their first possession. 9:22 to go in the first. Full court press here from Carson-Newman. All-American Shamika McNeil, the biggest loss for this Anderson crew. None of the players currently on the floor average double figures, or posted double figures in the tournament. Well, the shot clock, I think, kept running, so they need to reset things. 9:16 to go in the first, 24 on the shot clock, and 2-0 Carson-Newman on top in the opening period. And now the officials are going to have a conversation about the backcourt situation. So they have 9:16 on the game clock and trying to get the shot clock set as well. Eagle fans, Lisa's serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen is the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. 2-0. Carson-Newman trails Anderson, 24 on the shot clock, so 4 to get it across, and Anderson does so with plenty of time, and then the shot clock reset back to 28, so they'll have to reset that here as well. Anderson, 15 offensive rebounds per game. They've had 19 games with double digits this season. That is a key piece to the pie for Anderson and what they try to get accomplished here today. So now they're having an issue with the game clock as well. So there should be, I think, 9:08, 9:13 on the game clock as they try to get that settled in. Anderson on top, 2-0. And now they have everything set. And the inbound from Bailey to Stafford, and we're ready to lock and load. Stafford dribbles right around man-to-man defense for Anderson. Stafford on the right wing, kicks it back out, Snyder. Snyder works around a Bailey screen, top of the key. She averages 4 minutes per game this year. Bailey catches top of the key, throws it underneath for McDowell. She's swarmed by 3 Eagles. Weichel gets a swipe. Rogers picks it up. Keeley into the front court. The rookie, and now we get a whistle and a pause here in play. And I think the shot clock reset to an inaccurate number, and they have to reset that here again. 8:51 to go in the first. Anderson on top. McDowell will draw so much attention. She's got about 4 or 5 inches on Keeley Rogers and was able to swing into the lane. And now they're sending the teams back to their respective sidelines as they try to get things operational over here on the sideline. Braylon Weichel, 16 points away from 2,000, would be the second player in school history to hit that. She needs 5 3-pointers to get to 255. She is the 8th most currently of any active Division II player, and already in the top 5 in conference history in the category. Tusculum has the top 2. Carson-Newman has number 4 and 5.
He's running it down to do a 10. He's doing a 10.
So now they're resetting all of the clocks here to make sure that everything is ready to lock and load here. Carson-Newman losing back-to-back conference games for the first time in 3 years. They haven't lost 3 in a row since February of 2016. And that's what's at stake here today. 8:51 to go in the first. Anderson 2, Carson-Newman 0 here in the opening frame. And now we're ready to go. So Rogers inbounds to Weichel, and here comes Carson-Newman. Weichel, after a 31-point outburst on Wednesday against Mars Hill, didn't get any help. She was the only player in double figures in the loss. Weichel left wing, pulls the trigger on a 3. It misses short, bangs off the backboard, and Harley Smith, she's all over the floor, is able to grab that offensive rebound. She gets it at the high post, swings it back over to Penland left block. She misses a running layup. Rebound picked up by McDowell. Anderson sprinting front court. 8.5 to go in the first. 2-0 Trojans on top. Stafford right wing. Back out top Bailey. Lobs underneath McDowell. Falls away left block. Misses a left-hand shot. It only grazed the glass as it falls into the hands of Campbell Penland. Carson-Newman down 2-0. Boshears catching left wing with 8:10 to go in the first. Gives it back out to Weichel. Outside of the three-point arc. Works right. Comes back left. Hesitates. Swings it back out. Smith. Ball fakes on the 3. Gets a running start to the paint. Spins around. Ball fakes. Loses the defender. Puts in the shot. and drops it in. And now they call a traveling violation. So wipe off the bucket, as Harley Smith had already made the shot when the whistle came. And that draws boos as well as ire for Mike Mincy. So it's 2-0 with 7:50 to go in the first. Right corner, it's in the hands of Snyder. Gives it out to a cutting Bailey. She travels to the basketball. So travel on one side, travel on another. And with 7:46 to go in the first, we've had a slipshod start to this one. Carson-Newman down 2-0, 7:45 to go in the first. Weichel trots across the timeline, swings it left wing, Boshiers. Gives it out Smith. Now to Rogers right point. Back to Penland, top of the key. Plenty of time on the shot clock as she hesitates, sprints to the left block, runs into two defenders, misses the opening shot, gets it back and draws a foul. And Campbell Penland is going to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The whistle goes on Joelle Snyder. That is her first personal foul. With 7:30 to go in the opening period. And Campbell Penland to the free throw line. Free throw is up there, and that one goes in. Penland now at 91%. She missed a couple free throws last week for the first time all year and went from the nation's leader down to 8th in the country in free throw efficiency as she sinks the second. Carson-Newman on the board at the 7.5-minute mark, tied at 2. Anderson basketball against the full court press. Stafford nearly slipped as she does bring it across the timeline after resetting. Between the rings, she works right to left against man-to-man defense. McDowell gets another touch, this time outside of the three-point arc. Solid three-point shooter overall for her career, but just 21% this season as a hanging floater from Ashlyn Sheridan goes down. And Anderson's on top 4-2, 7:05 to go in the first. Carson back on the basketball, right block, it's in the hands of Smith. Cross-court pass, Boshiers, left wing, catch, shoot, three-pointer, short iron, no good. Rebound picked up by Smith in the right corner. Swings it back out top, Weichel, top of the key. She sprints left, pulls up, jump shot on the way. That clangs off the front of the rim, off the backboard, and into the paws of Brittany Bailey, number 2 in the league with 9 rebounds per game. 4-2, Anderson ahead, 6:40 to go in the first. Right wing it is Snyder, back out top, McDowell, thought about a jump shot. Swings it to the left wing, Stafford. Shot clock at 12 and 11 as she looks underneath for Bailey. Lobs it to her on the left block, and she travels. Well, Bailey had an edge against Harley Smith, but I think she didn't expect it as she trotted with the basketball before she put the shot up there. 6:25 to go in the first. Carson-Newman down 2 with the ball. 4-2. Smith top of the key. Swings it left wing and Boshiers. Now out top, Weichel works around to Harley Smith's screen. The Eagles have started 0 out of 6 from the field. Boshiers, left-right crossover, goes down the right side of the lane and somehow got that one to twist down. She was falling away towards the corner, flung it with a right hand, kissed it off the window. Tied at 4, 6 minutes to go in the first. McDowell nearly lost it, throws it to nobody in particular from the baseline, out to the top of the key, Boshiers. Sprints front court, kicks it out, Penland left wing. She dribbles to the left elbow, pulls up for a jump shot, misses that one, and Bailey swipes it out of play. Well, Carson-Newman struggling from the field early, but Anderson has turned it over 4 times in the opening period. 5:43 to go in the first. 4 apiece is the score. Carson-Newman ball on the baseline, right side of the lane. Boshiers tosses it, Penland right wing. Back to Keely Rogers, works around defenders. Crossover left to right, sprints right, throws it Boshiers right corner and gets it back right wing. Sprints to the right side of the lane. Rogers hangs, floats, and puts it down. And Carson-Newman has its first lead of the game at the 5.5-minute mark. 6-4, CN on top. Bailey in the middle of the floor. Works around the defender and then hands it back to Stafford to set up the offense. Carson-Newman 6 of the last 8 points to take a 2-point edge. Stafford right wing. Tosses the right corner. Bailey lobs it right underneath. McDowell, tough left-hand shot. Way too strong on wide right. Rebound Rogers. Rogers sprints front court. Works to the top of the key, hands it off. Penland, top of the key, right hand three-pointer, too strong. Bosier soars for the rebound on the left block. And Carson-Newman resets. Weichel from way outside shreds the strings. That was from 30 feet away from nearly her hometown in Greenville. Gives Carson-Newman a 9-4 lead. 7-0 Carson-Newman run. McDowell misses a sprinting layup. Carson-Newman on top 9-4, 4:40 to go. Boshiers back Weichel. This is a deep one from the left wing. She ripples the rope from distance. It is a 10-0 Carson-Newman run. Weichel has her eyes on the record books as she drains back-to-back trifectas. Timeout Anderson, and it's opened up a 12-4. Carson-Newman lead, 4.5 to go in the first. Lady Eagles will try to keep it going when we return to Holt Fieldhouse in a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Carson-Newman missed its first 6 shots of the game, but they have 6 points off of turnovers and 7 second chance points. And Lady Eagles have scored 10 in a row to take a 12-4 lead with 4.5 to go in the first. Anderson ball out of the timeout against full court pressure. Stafford, the Incarnate Word transfer, backpedals, throws a right-hand pass ahead for Elena Eichel. Gives it back for Stafford, and Anderson will set up the offense, having not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Left wing Snyder. Lobs underneath, Bailey left block. Bailey jabbing, throwing up a right-hand shot. It rattles around the rim and goes in. So that ends a 10-0 Carson-Newman scoring run. 12-6, 4:04 to go in the first. Carson-Newman back on the ball. Weichel ball fakes on a 3, springs free, kicks it left wing to Boshiers, who backpedals beyond the arc. Gives it to Rogers. He sprints down left side of the lane, floats up a left-hand shot. Bodies collide underneath, and there's a foul on Brittany Bailey. Spotted is Harley Smith. It's the deck. And Bailey is called for her first personal foul. And it'll be Carson-Newman basketball with 3:51 to go in the first. So the foul is on 32. Bailey, they had to make sure of that. Shot clock should reset to 20. And with 3:51 to go in the first, it's 12-6. Carson-Newman ahead, bounce pass inside, right block. Weichel catches and puts it in. Penland bounced it to her, and Braylon Weichel has 8 early. She's halfway home to 2,000 in this game. 3:40 to go in the first, 14-6, Carson-Newman on top. Anderson back of the ball against man-to-man defense in the black and gold jerseys. Stafford between the rings, looking to her left-hand side as she bounces it to the high post, and Eichel. She dribbles right, looks underneath, picks up her dribble, hands it to the free throw line. Bailey backs down, swings it right corner. Jump shot on the way from Sheridan is short. Smith the rebound. Carson-Newman looks to push tempo. Smith into the front court. Swings it left wing Penland. Penland runs into a defender, loses the ball. It's picked up by Eichel. She spins around and now will reset here in the backcourt and give it to Stafford. 3:07 to go in the first. Carson-Newman leads it 14-6 thanks to an early 10-0 run. Stafford on the right wing. Looks underneath. Now swings it to the right corner. Eichel tosses it to Bailey. Draws 2 defenders. Gives it out. Sheridan. Free throw line jump shot short. Rebound picked up by Keely Rogers. Lady Eagles push tempo. 2:50 to go in the first, ahead by 8. Rogers all the way to the right block, and it's a shot block there by Eichel, her first of the year. And then a foul is whistled on Keely Rogers as she went after Eichel in the corner. First foul on Rogers and the first sub of the game for Carson-Newman. Tori Rutherford in the game. Campbell Penland gets a breather. Here comes Emily Gonzalez as well as she is replacing Skylar Boshiers. 2:43 to go opening period. Carson-Newman has scored 12 of the last 14 points and leads 14-6, looking for a 6th straight win over Anderson. They already have the longest winning streak for either side at 5 entering today. Stafford in the backcourt working against Gonzalez as she walks it across the timeline, and the Lady Eagles settle back into man-to-man defense. Stafford has 2 screens to her right. Uses both of them as she gets to the right elbow. Slings it out top. Eichel a 3-pointer. Top of the key. She buries it. 23% from deep this year. Trims it to a 5-point game. Gonzalez racing to the block, drawing a foul, and she's going to the free throw line. The pass came from mid-court over to Gonzalez. She dribbled to the left block and drew the personal foul. And with 2:15 to go in the first, Gonzalez goes to the charity stripe, looking to can a couple foul shots at 86% on the year, the freshman from Bearden High School. Quality Suites of Morristown is the preferred hotel choice of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located just 10 miles from campus, Quality Suites of Morristown is the perfect place to stay when you're traveling to watch the Eagles play. Call 423-585-4000 and ask for the Carson-Newman rate. Gonzalez makes the first, misses the second. Rebound picked up by McDowell, and it is Anderson basketball, trailing by 6, 15-9 with 2:08 to go in the first. Stafford bounce pass, left elbow, and Eichel swings around, dribbles once, steps back, jump shot on the way, and drains it. She averages 1.6 points per game. She's got 5 early, and it's 15-11 with 1:55 to go in the first. Weichel around a screen, steps back, left wing, jump shot on the way and down. 10 for Braylon Weichel. She's into double figures already, and it's 17-11 with 1:44 to go in the first. Right corner, Eichel feeling it early. This one's well short it from a three-point range. Rogers grabs the ball underneath the bucket. Fires it forward Smith, swings it left wing. Weichel wants another three. She rains it down. 13 for Weichel. She's 2 away from the program record from deep, and she's also 3 points away from 2,000 career points. McDowell to the middle of the lane, left-hand floater, doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Sheridan. She missed the putback, gets another chance, and puts it down. 20-13, 1:10 to go in the first. Carson-Newman has the ball, ahead by 7. Rutherford racing the other way, throws up the shot, doesn't get it to go. Rebound picked up by McDowell. McDowell racing to the middle of the floor. Euro steps, misses the layup. Weichel the rebound. 55 seconds to go in the first. Helter-skelter with Carson-Newman ahead 7. Weichel all the way to the right block, throws up the layup, puts it in. 15 for Braylon Weichel in the opening period. Just like LeBron James last week when he was tracking down the NBA scoring record, Weichel wasting no time here today. 1 point away from 2,000. Inside the lane, Sheridan misses the shot, and they call a foul on Braylon Weichel. Or check that on Keely Rogers. That is her second personal foul. And she's going to have to come out of the game. That was a real nickel-dimer. 22-13. 34.6 seconds to go in the first. And Anderson has Jalen Sperlin, one of the team's leading scorers at the scorers table. Sheridan at the free throw line, 74% on the year. First free throw up and down, 22-14. Sheridan averaging 7 points per game in her last 10 after she was at a dozen per game in December. Second free throw up there. That's short. Rebound poked around. Gonzalez grabs it. Here comes Carson-Newman ahead by 8 with a half minute to go, and McDowell rips it away from Gonzalez. McDowell all the way to the block. Gonzalez pokes it out of her hands. Good hustle defense by Emily Gonzalez. And with 26 and a half seconds to go, the shot clock is off. Carson-Newman leads at 22-14 in the opening period. 26 and a half seconds to go. Leslie Marios and Sperlin into the game. Lob to the left elbow, McDowell. Fires it right-hand side, Eichel. Looks once to the right, comes back left to McDowell. 20 seconds to go, first quarter. It was a slow, sluggish start to this one, and it's really turned it up a notch of late. Right to left crossover. Marios kicks it off of her sneaker, and she steps out of bounds with 9.7 seconds to go. Carson-Newman on top, 22-14. Lady Eagles have the ball with 9.7. Weichel grabs it in the backcourt, trots across the timeline, 8 and 7 as she dribbles to the right wing. Goes underneath the screen, steps back for a three, and they call a foul. And Braylon Weichel will get 3 foul shots as the foul goes on Marios. So anticlimatically, Weichel will be able to get to 2,000 career points by just making 1 out of these 3 foul shots. Weichel bending the knees, couple dribbles, first free throw up, and there's point number 2,000 of Braylon Weichel's career. Second player in school history to hit that mark, 6th in sack history. Second free throw from Weichel, good. She gets 1 more opportunity. Well, LeBron James was on a massive, massive mission last week when he set the NBA scoring record. Weichel has turned it up to a different level. 17 first quarter points. Third free throw in, she makes all 3. So she's over 2,000 career points and just under 300 away from the program record. Sperlin at half court, a high arcing rainmaker that bangs off the backboard. And that's how the opening period comes to an end. Carson-Newman leads by 11, 25-14. And the Lady Eagles lead it 25-14 after one. Carson-Newman in control. Lady Eagles on top. Can they keep it rolling after Braylon Weichel with 18 first quarter points? Step out for a break. Come back with more here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Braylon Weichel has become the 6th South Atlantic Conference player in league history to hit 2,000 career points. She scored 18 in the first quarter. Now she's 2 3-pointers away from the program's all-time record in that area. Not only that, she's 6 out of 8 from the field and 3 of 4 from deep. 25-14, Carson-Newman on top after 10 minutes. Weichel outscored Anderson by herself. Rutherford into the front court, bounces it to the left elbow, and Penland. Penland dribbles right, gives it over to Rutherford right wing. Ruthie Mbugwa into the game for the first time. Flashes to the block as the pass goes out to Penland, left wing jump shot. Misses short. McDowell bounces the ball off the hardwood and picks up the rebound. Anderson basketball down 11. This is Carson-Newman's largest margin of the day. Right corner, it's Bailey, tosses underneath for Nalia Wilson, and she buried Mbugwa and then draws a personal foul. And that is not a bad foul at all because Wilson has really struggled at the free throw line in her career. This year she's 18 out of 60 at the free throw line, and she'll get 2 foul shots in this situation. The senior from Fairfax Station, Virginia, she's been a good overall threat this season. 6 points, 5 rebounds, missed the first foul shot. And she'll get one more opportunity here, will Nalia Wilson. Well, it's an interesting approach. She dribbles once, shoots it with the left hand. Last year she was a right-hand foul shooter, and she misses 2 here. 18 out of 62 at the free throw line this year. Well, I guess when you struggle at the free throw line, you might as well try something different. Weichel on the right wing. Thought about a 3 as she was wide open for a second. McDowell has changed out on her. 25-14, Carson-Newman ahead, 9:24 to go in the first. Gonzalez left point. Gives it over to Penland left wing. Tosses it to Mbugwa, top of the key. Swings it right wing, and Gonzalez. Gonzalez works left, looks for some help as she still has the ball with 6 on the shot clock. Swings it right corner in Rutherford. Now Penland, a couple dribbles inside of the arc. Right elbow jump shot, too strong. Rebound poked over to Stafford. Stafford dribbles front court, gives it out. Wilson top of the key. McDowell right wing, 3-pointer, swish. Diamond McDowell just 21% from deep this year. Trims it to 8, 25-17. Weichel dribbles to the high post, hesitates against McDowell, steps back, puts a shot up, and a whistle, and a foul is called on Diamond McDowell. A little delayed in that whistle, but Braylon Weichel goes back to the free throw line. Well, Carson-Newman's all-time leading scorer is Lisa Stogner. She is at 23-33, played from 1980 to 1984. Weichel now over 2,000. Would need just an incredible close to the year and a lot of games to be able to get there this season, but with one more year of eligibility and good health, should be able to fly past that record. Weichel's first free throw up and down. One more coming up in a 9-point game. 8:42 to go first half. Weichel with 19. No other player in the game has more than 5. Weichel's second foul shot is up there, and that one is in. Braylon Weichel with 20 points, and we haven't even played 12 minutes of basketball so far in this contest. Weichel with career 20-point game number 55. She's only played 104 games. 27-17. Wilson underneath the bucket, right block, gets it swatted by Mbugwa, grabs it again and dribbles it off the baseline. Well, Ruthie Mbugwa had a great start to the year, hasn't been playing as much because Carson-Newman's been going with that smaller lineup, but she can block shots with the best of them. That's number 17. 27-17. Carson-Newman can get its largest lead of the day on this trip with 8:19 to go first half. Crittenden, top of the key, hands it off. Weichel works around Mbugwa screen, steps back, left wing three-pointer up. It's pure, and she has tied Tatum Bergstrom for the program record for threes. That's number 254. 8:04 to go first half. Into the front court. Bailey throws it right underneath the legs of Maggie Campbell, out of bounds, and it's back to Carson-Newman. Well, Anderson hasn't turned it over a lot. That's just number 7, but Carson-Newman has 12 points off of those giveaways. Largest margin of the day, 30-17, 7:57 to go first half. Weichel with 23 has it. Dribbles to the right wing, steps back, thought about a trifecta. Now crosses over, steps into one, right wing, wide left. Smith has it slide out of her hands, out of bounds. Well, Weichel airballs that one. She had started 7 of 9 from the field prior to that attempt. Well, she is on a mission to try to get these records out of the way early so she can focus on the game, but in doing so, she's helped her team build up a 13-point lead. 7:40 to go first half. Stafford breaking the pressure all the way to the right block, gives it over to Sheridan right block, and she puts in the right-hand layup. 30-19, 7.5 to go first half. Weichel trots front court, works around a screen, draws the attention of a couple defenders. Smith sprints to the left side of the lane, swings it out. Weichel, left wing, for 3, for the record! It's pure from Braylon Weichel, and nobody else in Carson-Newman history has hit more three-pointers than the Greenville native. That's number 255, and it's perfect from Braylon Weichel. Into the front court goes Sheridan. She draws the personal foul, and it will be free throws coming up. 7:05 to go first half. Free throws coming up here for Ashlyn Sheridan. Harley Smith called for the personal foul. Second team foul, Sheridan at the line. First free throw is up there, short iron, rattles around the rim and goes down. One more coming up for Sheridan with 7:05 to play in the opening half. Braylon Weichel has crossed over 2,000 career points. She's reset the program record for three-pointers, 255 now. 8 of 11 shooting, 26 points, and a timeout called for by Mike Mincy, and we'll step out for a break as well. 33-21. Carson-Newman on top. 7:05 to go before the break. We'll hang out and come back with more as Carson-Newman tries to keep this thing rolling here against the Anderson Trojans on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Braylon Weichel has scored Carson-Newman's last 18 points as they lead at 33-21 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Last Carson-Newman player to score not named Weichel, 2:18 mark of the first quarter. Gonzalez hit a jumper. Down left side of the lane, Ashlyn Crittenden puts an end to that as she adds to the tally. That was athletic there by the rookie, and Carson-Newman ahead by 14, 35-21, 6:40 to go first half. This has been an unbelievable performance by Weichel so far. Record-breaking day for the junior from Greenville. McDowell at the high post for Anderson. Back to Stafford, right wing. 10 on the shot clock as she hoists up a 3. Left it short. Wilson an offensive rebound as it fell over the top of Mbugwa's hands. Stafford will back it out with 15 on the shot clock. Stafford around 2 screens. Races to the right block. Falls away on the baseline for a jumper. It rattles around the rim. Doesn't go. Wilson another chance. Puts it back in with the left hand. Offensive rebound so key to Anderson's success. They have 6 of them early. They average a league best 15. 35-23, 6 minutes to go first half. Carson-Newman on top by a dozen. Crittenden picks up her dribble, gives it back to Smith. Smith underneath for Mbugwa, dribbles right, throws up a shot. Wilson might have gotten a piece as it falls short. A rebound picked up by Sheridan. She sprints to the front court, to the left-hand side of the lane, stops, spins, throws it out McDowell left wing. 20 on the shot clock as she works around a screen, stops at the top of the key, throws it back left wing, and Stafford dribbling the basketball, lobs it underneath for Bailey. Bailey looks, tosses it underneath, intercepted. Mbugwa taps it over for Smith. Carson-Newman in the front court. Smith all the way to the right block. Spins, throws it out, takes the deflection. Stafford saves it inbounds with a right hand all the way to McDowell on the right block. She missed the layup. Wilson is there to get the offensive rebound and put back. 35-25, 5:10 to go in the first half. Weichel into the front court. Two defenders come to her. Boshear's left wide open on the left side. Pulls up for a jump shot and drops it in. Skylar Boshears with 4. Carson-Newman by a dozen midway through the second quarter. 37-25. Stafford working to her right. Swings at Sheridan. Right wing three-pointer up and in. Ashlyn Sheridan, a 30% three-point shooter, buries that, and it's down to a 9-point game. 37-28 with 4:40 to play in the first half. Boshear's left wing will set up the offense. Weichel, both sides trying to get a little bit of a breather here. Weichel working around an Mbugwa screen, will reset, hand it off to Crittenden. Shot clock hits 10 as Boshears catches. Lobs to Mbugwa, top of the key. Over to Weichel. Weichel works around a screen, steps back, three-pointer on the way. It's in again. Braylon Weichel unconscious. She's got 29. 40-28, 4:14 to go first half. Weichel is 9 out of 12 from the field. Anderson has no answer. Wilson underneath the bucket. Misses the opening attempt, gets it back and puts it in. 4 minutes to go first half. 40-30. Carson-Newman on top. And Mike Mincy calls for time, and he's bringing in a change. This has been one of the best individual performances that we have seen by a Carson-Newman player in a long time. Of course, you had Kayla Marisites go for 20 points, 20 rebounds. That was against King back in the 2020 season. You had Harris Price go for 44 at Lenore Rhine in February of 2019. And Braylon Weichel with 29 points back-to-back outbursts. She scored 60 points in the last 6 quarters. And she's got 29 already in the game. Rest of the team outside of her is 4 out of 16 from the floor. She's 9 out of 12. And the All-American is on a mission today to give Carson-Newman a big-time scoring performance. 40-30, 3:59 to go first half. Braylon Weichel unconscious from the floor right now. And she'll walk it across the timeline with 3:55 to go first half. 40-30, Carson-Newman ahead. Callie McMahon into the game for the first time. Gives it back Weichel. Weichel jabs to her left. Gives it back out McMahon. Sprints to the lane. Throws it out Boshears. Top of the key. Swings it right wing. Weichel a catch and shoot. 3. Rains down. Another one, and she has matched the program's single game record. 7 3-pointers on 7 of 9 shooting. She's got 32. Sperlin in the lane, misses the opening attempt. Bailey an offensive rebound. She missed the putback. Rebound poke to McDowell. She puts it back up. Can't get it to go, and finally a foul is whistled. Anderson imposing its will on the glass. But they have no answer for Braylon Weichel. Weichel 32 points. 7 of 9 from deep. She's 10 of 13 from the floor. And McDowell at the free throw line. Sheridan has a game-high 12. McDowell's first free throw is in. Well, right now, if you're Anderson, you basically have to try to face guard Weichel and follow her anywhere on the floor because she's hit a couple threes that have been beyond NBA range. McDowell sinks the second. It's back to an 11-point game. 43-32, 3:20 to go first half. Weichel with those 32 points in hand on a record-breaking day gives it to Smith. Smith to Boshears. Back out McMahon. McMahon dribbles and hands it off for Weichel. Weichel left wing, gives it back Boshears, lobs it to the left baseline McMahon. McMahon shovels it back out looking for Boshears, and it's out of bounds. This is the 5th time in Weichel's career she's hit 7 3-pointers in a game. She's matched a record that's shared by a couple other players. Nobody's ever hit 8 in a game. and she's got 23 minutes to do it. 3:01 to play first half, 43-32. And somebody else for Carson-Newman pick up a little bit of the slack as Weichel has 32. Nobody else has more than 4. That is Boshier. Stafford sets up the offense for Anderson, down by 11 here in the opening half. Stafford, left wing Sperlin, slides to the ground, falls down, throws it out, deflected by Penland. She picks it up, and it's a steal for Campbell Penland. Fires it over to Weichel. Weichel to the front court, pulls up, top of the key, three-pointer up, missed it short. She's going to track down her own miss, but Penland actually beat her to it in the left wing. Gives it to Rogers, right back Penland. Now Boshier, top of the key, hesitating, going behind the back, sprinting to the left block, spins around, right-hand fall-away shot, too strong, and Bailey has the rebound. Gives it out to Stafford. 43-32, 2:18 to go in the opening half. Sperlin left block. She left the shot short. Rogers has the rebound. She rips it away from a couple Trojans. And Rogers comes into the front court. Rogers, top of the key, sprints to her left, floats up a shot, misses it short. Rebound poked out of there by Rutherford, picked up by Boshiers. Her jumper's too strong. Sperlin has the rebound as we hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 43-32, 1:55 to go first half. And a whistle and a violation on Anderson as they threw it into the front court, and it takes a deflection out of play. Off of Carson-Newman. Boshier stepped in the passing lane. She stole it, but her momentum carried her out of bounds. 1:54 to go first half. 43-32, Carson-Newman ahead. Sheridan lobs it to the right block. Bailey catches. Left-hand shot up. Doesn't get it to go. Rogers another rebound. Carson-Newman ahead by 11. 1:50 to go with the basketball. Rogers hands it off Weichel. Thought about another three. Instead dribbles left. Works against the new defender. Gives it back out Rogers. Over to Penland. Right wing. Catch and shoot three. That's down. Campbell Penland enters the scoring column from long range. She's got 5 now. And it's up to a 14-point game for the second time today. 46-32, 90 seconds to play first half. Stafford dribbling to her right. Rutherford all over her. Sheridan right wing will pull up after 2 dribbles on the right elbow for a jump shot. Has it rattle around the rim and fall into Boshier's pause. 46-32, 1:12 to go here in the opening half. Boshiers down the lane, floats up a right-hand running shot, kisses it off the glass but too strong. Rebound Stafford. 1 minute to go first half. Anderson hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. Carson-Newman leads by 14, 46-32. McDowell to the right side of the lane. Penland ripped it out of her hands, and the officials call a foul. It looked clean from this distance, but the official was standing right where Penland eventually ripped that ball out of there with 56 seconds to go in the first half, and that one looked pretty clean to me upon review. 56 seconds to go first half. 2 shots coming up here for McDowell. She's a 68% foul shooter. First one up there from McDowell. Gets a little bit of help from the front of the rim before going in. 13-point game, 46-33. Carson-Newman ahead. Snaps a 2.5-minute scoring drought from Anderson. McDowell's second free throw is in. 46-34. 56 seconds to go in the first half. Braylon Weichel will slowly walk it across the timeline. 7 points away from her career high with 32 in the game. Rutherford right point. Tosses it, Weichel right block. Weichel juggles, puts a shot up there, misses a rare miss for her, and the rebound by Rutherford poked out of play. Weichel misses just her 5th shot from the field in the game. 35.9 to go first half, 46-34. Carson-Newman on top. In the backcourt, it is Stafford. Stafford goes behind the back and slowly trots into the front court as we hit the half-minute mark. About a 5-6 second differential shot to game clock. Stafford trots to the left wing. 2 screens coming to her right-hand side. Uses both of them. Sprints to her right. Kicks it out. Sheridan, right corner. Catch and shoot 3. It's an air ball. Rogers grabs the rebound. A quarter minute to go. She'll take her time and hand it off to Braylon Weichel in the backcourt. 10-9 as she gets it across the timeline. Lady Eagles by a dozen. Weichel dribbling left. Stepping back. Free throw line jump shot. Up. Rolls around. Doesn't go in. Sheridan the rebound. 3-quarter court heave. Doesn't have a chance. And that's how the opening half comes to an end. And what a show Braylon Weichel just put on for us here at Holt Fieldhouse. 32 points, 7 3-pointers. She's over 2,000. Second player in program history to do that. She set the single career program record for 3-pointers. Now up to 257, as well as tying the single game record with 7 3-pointers in the game. Lady Eagles lead by 12. We still got 20 more minutes to go here at Holt Fieldhouse. And we'll tell you about it here on the ShopSeeAndEagles.com halftime report with stats and a look at the scores from around the league when we come back to Holt with CN on top, 46-34 on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to ShopSeeAndEagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeAndEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
It's halftime. Your first half scoring summary and a check of the ShopCNEagles.com sack scoreboard are headed your way.
Smith, right wing, three-pointers up, it's in! Potentially a dagger for CN!
Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
It's been a record-breaking performance. Michael came out with an absolute vengeance in this contest. Weichel needed 16 points to get to the all-time program record of 2,000 plus in a game. She needed 5 3-pointers to set the program record for 3-pointers. She has done both of those by a mile. 32 first to F points, 7 of 10 from deep. She has tied the single-game record for 3-pointers in a game, one more away from setting the school record for threes in a contest as well. As Carson-Newman has the advantage here at the break of 46-34. Time to take a look around the statistics in the opening half. Carson-Newman overall shoots 41% in half number 1 of play. 15 of 37. They go 8 of 14 from deep, 57%, and 8 of 9 at the free throw line. That's 89%. Weichel, as I mentioned, 32. Nobody else with more than 4. Skylar Boshiers has 4 points and 5 assists so far. 2 apiece from Keely Rogers and Ashlyn Crittenden, and 1 from Emily Gonzalez so far in the game for Carson-Newman. As the Lady Eagles lead this one by a 12-point margin at the break. Anderson on the other side, 12 of 37 from the field, 32.4%, 3 of 9 from deep, 33%, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 70%. Ashlyn Sheridan leads the way with a dozen, 9.7 rebounds for Diamond McDowell, 6 points, 5 boards for Nalia Wilson, 5 points from Alana Eichel, and 2 points from Brittany Bailey so far. Brittany Stafford has not scored so far for Anderson. Carson-Newman, despite being outscored 16-10 in the paint, lead 12-2 off turnovers, 10-0 on the fast break, while Anderson leads 12-7 in second chance points and 11-3 in bench points here at halftime. Halftime at Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman on top by a dozen. Looking to win a sixth straight over Anderson on a record-breaking performance by Braylon Weichel. Step out for a break, update you on the scores from around the South Atlantic Conference when we come back on the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through auto owner's insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopSeeingEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Back at Holt Fieldhouse where Carson-Newman leads 46-34 at halftime on the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report. An opportunity for us to give you a look at the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime scoreboard. Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman Athletics' official online store at ShopSeeingEagles.com, featuring more than 1,100 products, from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. That is ShopSeeingEagles.com. Well, scores from around the rest of the league of note so far today, some things that we're keeping our eyes on. First game that we'll update you on is league-leading Catawba trails Limestone at halftime at home. Score sits at 31-27 in favor of the Saints in that contest, and kind of a surprising mark with how well Catawba has played at home, one of the longest home winning streaks this year, but a 4-point game at halftime over at Goodman Gym in Salisbury, North Carolina. And the other game that we're keeping an eye on is Carson-Newman's next opponent, Tusculum, hosting Lenore-Rhine. And it's a good start if you're a Carson-Newman fan, because Lenore-Rhine has the lead at halftime. 39-28 is the score at Tusculum. So that's a big one as Carson-Newman gets ready to invade Greenville for that contest. And the Lady Eagles will get the Pioneers as Blakely Crooks, 18 first-half points in that one. Other games of note to keep you apprised of. Lincoln Memorial leads Coker 32-18. That game is at halftime as well. Newberry is throttling Morris Hill 43-19, and that makes Carson-Newman's loss on Wednesday that much worse. The fact that Morris Hill is struggling like that. And those are your scores from around the rest of the league. Here, it's Carson-Newman by a dozen. 46-34 at halftime. When we come back, Braylon Weichel and her show will continue as she has 32 first-half points, with Carson-Newman leading this game 46-34. Does Anderson have a comeback in him, or can Carson-Newman pull away from the Trojans? Straight second-half action right around the corner here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC. We're power with purpose.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, three from Bergstrom, it's up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Halftime at Holt, Carson-Newman leads Anderson 46-34 in a SAC tournament championship rematch from a year ago. Braylon Weichel, 32 points, leads all scores, as you might expect, as she's nearly outscored Anderson by herself. Before we start the second half, we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Eagle. Anderson's on the skill set to be able to put something on the board here down the stretch of this game. Great to have you with us. Michael Watrang sitting courtside for a historic day as Braylon Weichel has become the 6th South Atlantic Conference player in history to score 2,000 for her career. First time since shot clock, so they'll have to reset all of that. So 9:55 to go here in the third. Carson-Newman by a dozen. So now they do reset. 9:55, 25 on the shot clock. Anderson gets another inbound. So let's see what play they run here to start off the second half. Carson-Newman on defense, man-to-man pressure. Sheridan calling for the ball underneath. Instead it comes out for Snyder. Dribbles to the left elbow, gives it back out McDowell. Lobs it underneath Bailey. Left hand shot, too strong here. Keely Rogers crashes the glass. Has her 8th rebound of the day. 9:40 to go in the third. Carson-Newman leads by a dozen. They've led by as many as 14. Weichel, top of the key, lobs to the high post. Smith squares around, backs down against McDowell, swings it out Boshear's left wing. Gives it back out Weichel. Carson-Newman ahead by a dozen with the ball. Weichel sprinting right, and an offensive foul as Stafford stepped up, and Braylon Weichel got that left arm out there, and Weichel was called for her first personal foul. Stafford was backpedaling, and Weichel called for the foul. Full court press again for Carson-Newman as Anderson looks to break it. Trojans have turned it over 9 times. Carson-Newman's turned that into 12 points. And that's the difference in the game with 9:10 to go in the third. McDowell, right point. Bounces it underneath Sheridan. Back to the basket. One dribble. Right-hand shot, too strong. Offensive rebound, Bailey. It's loose as she swings it back out Snyder. Snyder tosses it to the baseline. Sheridan shovels it. McDowell, top of the key. 3. Splash down from Diamond McDowell. She's connected on a pair from long range. And it's down to 9, 46-37, 8:50 to go in the third. Weichel dribbling left around a screen, hesitating, swinging out Boshears. Cross court, or to the left corner rather, it's Rogers. Back out left wing, Weichel lobs it to Smith. Smith tosses it back Weichel. Weichel dribbles right, hesitates, sprints to the right block, hangs, floats off the window and down. 34 for Braylon Weichel. 8:25 to go in the third. It's back to 11. Anderson got as close as 9 in the second quarter. 8:18 to play in the third. Right wing Sheridan looks underneath, gives it out. McDowell, top of the key. McDowell, left wing Stafford. Pulls the trigger on a 3. It's way too strong. Raises off the backboard and comes into the hands of Snyder. 18 on the shot clock as she dribbles left. I don't think the shot clock should have reset, but it did. McDowell to the right block. Fires it out. Bailey, right elbow jump shot. Too strong. Rebound poked around. McDowell has it. Puts it back up and puts it in. 7:50 to go in the third. Back down to 9. 48-39. Carson-Newman on top. Rogers, top of the key. Hands it off Weichel. Thought about a 3. Now dribbles left. Circles. Bounces it. Left baseline. Boshears getting to the block. And a blocking foul is called on Sheridan. That is her second personal foul. Not a lot of fouls overall in this game. We've seen a combined 13. Officials have let him play. Boshears got a body blow to Sheridan as the inbound comes to Boshears left point. She dribbles right all the way to the right block, gathers, and is called for a traveling violation. Well, she gathered a little too much. 48-39, Carson-Newman by 9, 7.5 to go in the third. Well, certainly if you're Carson-Newman, you can let Braylon Weichel continue to go ballistic, but you'd like to have somebody else take a little pressure off of her. Stafford sets up the offense straight away. Fires it to the right corner. Snyder catching and shooting a 3. Way too strong, and it's poked out of play. Off of Carson-Newman. It was last touched by Penland. 7:17 to play in the third. Carson-Newman leading by 9. 48-39 after not making a field goal in the first 4 minutes of the game. Carson-Newman used a 10-0 run to build out this lead, and it sits at 9 right now. McDowell catches straight away. Off the inbound. Lobs to Sheridan. Sheridan squares around, dribbles, spins, travels. And another turnover. That is number 10 for Anderson. 7:09 to play in the third. Carson-Newman ahead by 9, 48-39. Carson-Newman ball, Weichel across the timeline. Weichel dribbling to the right wing, around a screen, and they call a foul against Stafford as she was getting her arms into Weichel, and I think she took out Smith as well, who was setting a screen. Now the foul is starting to rack up. 7:01 to go in the third. Carson-Newman by 9. Weichel to inbound the basketball, far right sideline in front of a bunch of her former teammates. Gives it to Smith, now Boshears. Boshears right wing, Rogers. She wants a 3-pointer. Way too strong here. McDowell the rebound. McDowell races into the front court, bounces it for Bailey, right block, hangs, floats, right-hand shot, off the window and in. 48-41, the lead down to 7. Carson-Newman ahead by 7 with the ball. Penland right wing. Bounces underneath, looking for Smith. Bailey gets a deflection into the cheerleaders, out of bounds. 6:39 to play in the third. Carson-Newman leads by 7, 48-41. Anderson has started the quarter on a 7-2 run. Bo Shears fires it to the right corner, Penland. Penland around a screen, races all the way to left block, spins around, puts a shot up. They don't call a foul. Carson-Newman wanted one. They didn't get one. Rebound picked up by Snyder as she gives it to Stafford. 6.5 to go in the third. It's down to a 7-point game. McDowell, top of the key. Fires it right wing, and Snyder looking underneath, now pulls the trigger on a three. It swirls around and falls out. And then Bailey has the rebound. Penland pokes it out of her hands, and it's called for a foul. Foul on Penland. It's her second. And inbound on the baseline coming here for Anderson. Well, you give Anderson second chance opportunities, they will take advantage of those. Crittenden and Rutherford are in. Bo Shears and Penland are out. 6:16 remains in the third. Another sluggish start to a half for Carson-Newman. Leading it by 7, 48-41. It was 12 at halftime. Inbounds, Sheridan, right baseline jump shot, short. Rogers grabs the rebound underneath the bucket. She turns around and sprints to the front court. Right to left, Carson-Newman with the ball. Rutherford right wing. Gives it out, Weichel top of the key. Braylon dribbling right-hand side, works around a Smith screen, pulls the trigger, top of the key for three. Left that one short. Stafford the rebound. Stafford races into the front court. Gets to the right block, puts a shot up. They call a jump ball. They're calling a jump ball. Stafford had made the layup after the fact. Jump ball, possession arrow to Carson-Newman. So take 2 points off the board. That is a critical call by the officials. Acrobatic scoring effort by Stafford. I don't know about that one. 2.5 minutes to go in our 2.5 minute scoring drought for Carson-Newman. Well, that's a big swing if Carson-Newman can score here in a 7-point game with 5:40 to go in the third. Smith back to the cup. Only attempted one shot today. Spins around, left hand floating. Shot is in. Smooth from Smith. That's a 4-point swing on that call, and it's a 9-point Carson-Newman lead with 5.5 to go in the third. McDowell gives it back out. Stafford, 50-41, Carson-Newman ahead. Top of the key, Bailey lobs underneath. McDowell forces a shot up, doesn't put it down, but does draw the third on Keely Rogers. And McDowell goes back to the free throw line in a 9-point game with 5:17 to go in the third. Magaha Electric serves East Tennessee for the last 40 years, and they're the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. That's Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. McDowell sinks the first foul shot. She gets another in an 8-point game. It is on the way, and that's short. Rogers there to collect her 10th rebound of the day, a game high. Carson-Newman sprints front court. Rutherford catches right block, lets a defender fly by, and puts in the layup. Good pass from Harley Smith underneath, and it's back to a 10-point game. 52-42 with 5:04 to go in the third. And the shot clock didn't reset all the way. Back to 30. And with Carson-Newman ahead by 10 at 52-42, 5:08 to go in the third. So it should be 26 on the shot clock. Carson-Newman, 50% from long range. They are just 10 of 27 inside of the arc today. The Eagles looking for some assistance for Braylon Weichel. She is 34 of the 52. Campbell Penland has 5. She's the next highest scorer. 10-point game, though, midway through the third. Anderson ball against man-to-man defense. Left to right. Stafford sprints to the right block. Floats up a right-hand shot. All right hand. Doesn't get it to go. 3 players collide and fall. And it's Carson-Newman sprinting front court. Rogers to the left block. Hangs, floats, puts it in. And one for Keely Rogers. Great work by the rookie from Knoxville, drawing the second foul on Snyder. And Carson-Newman has built the lead back up to a dozen. 4:49 to go in the third. Lady Eagles, a slow start to the half, have picked it up in the last couple minutes. They lead at 54-42. Let's see if there's more fireworks when we come back to Holt in a moment. Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Carson-Newman has scored the last 4 of the game. They've made their last 3 shots from the field. Anderson has missed 4 in a row. And after the Trojans were able to get the tally down to 7 points at 48-41, Carson-Newman has been able to get this thing back up to the halftime margin of a dozen at 54-42. So Carson-Newman will have a free throw coming up here from the rookie Keely Rogers. 55% on the season. She has a game-high 11 rebounds for the rookie from Farragut. Free throw up there and puts it in. Keely Rogers with 5 now, and Carson-Newman's lead is 13. 55-42, 4 3/4 minutes to go in the third. Stafford in the backcourt against full court press, throws it forward. Bailey catches, turns, waits for Stafford, and hands it off. 13-point game, 4:38 to go in the third. Stafford gives it right wing, Snyder. Snyder looks underneath. McDowell pops out in the right corner. Cross-court pass, Stafford, left wing, three-pointer up. It's halfway down and out. Another offensive board. McDowell grabs it and then barrels into Rogers. Offensive foul on McDowell. Well, if you don't get the rebound, why not set your feet outside of the restricted area? And great work by Rogers to draw the second on the team's leading scorer, Diamond McDowell, who has 15 points and 10 rebounds. Another double-double for McDowell. That is her 9th this year, second most in the league. 55-42, 4:20 to go in the third. Carson-Newman has the ball. Smith straight away. Weichel, backdoor cut, catches underneath the bucket, slings it out to the corner in Rutherford on the left side. Passes out. Rogers nearly lost it, tracks it down to midcourt. Gives it back Rutherford left wing. 10 on the shot clock as she works around a Smith screen. Steps back, left point three-pointer, air ball. And it goes to Anderson with 3:58 to go in the third. Carson-Newman ahead by 13, 55-42. Anderson looking for points. They've missed their last 5 from the field. Stafford lobs it forward for Bailey. Right in the center circle. Now she dribbles across the timeline and hands it back to Stafford. 55-42. Carson-Newman on top. They look for a 6th straight win and avoid a 3rd straight league loss for the first time in 7 years. Cross-court pass Sheridan. Left wing, pulls up for a jump shot from 15, puts it down. 55-44, 3.5 to go in the third. Lob underneath for Smith on the right block. Gives it back out Weichel. Right wing, catch and shoot 3. It's blocked by McDowell. Stafford picks it up, and fortunately, she had her back to the basket. Otherwise, McDowell was streaking wide open. 11-point game, 55-44. Carson-Newman ahead, 3:15 to go in the third. Anderson ball. McDowell underneath for Bailey. Kicks it back out, Stafford right wing. Stafford right to left crossover, gets to the lane, falls down, throws it out of bounds in the left corner. Rutherford got over in time to get the defense in front of Stafford, who's had a very frustrating day. No points, 0 of 6 shooting for the team's second leading scorer. She has contributed 5 assists and 4 rebounds. 55-44, 3 minutes to go in the third. Weichel has only 2 points in the second half. She has it left wing. Gives it to Rogers, top of the key. Swings it right wing. Rutherford back out top Smith. Top of the key. Smith dribbles right, spins back left, gets all the way to the block. Left-hand floating shot is short off the backboard and left side of the rim. Stafford baseball pass into the front court, deflected by Rutherford. She grabs it, throws it off of the body of Eichel, out of bounds. Great effort by Tori Rutherford. She hustled back initially to tip that pass and then hustled to the baseline to grab it, have the wherewithal to spin around and throw it off of an Anderson player and give possession to Carson-Newman. 2:39 to go in the third. Carson-Newman just 9 points here in the period. They haven't scored in the last 2 minutes, but lead it by 11, 55-44. Rutherford right wing, out to Mbugwa, top of the key. Now Crittenden left wing.
Crittenden over to Rutherford, right wing. 4 freshmen on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Rutherford, right corner, 2-point jump shot, air ball. Rebound, Sheridan. She's having a nice game. Her 5th rebound. Tosses it to a cutting McDowell, right block, and she puts in the layup. 55-46, 2:11 to go in the third. Carson-Newman just cannot gain that full separation from Anderson. Weichel has it on the right wing. Goes behind the back, comes across a Mbugwa screen. Ball fakes at the top of the key. Stafford flies by. Weichel connects, 36 for Braylon. Back to an 11-point game. 57-46, 1:50 to play in the third. Stafford across the timeline for Anderson, an 11-point game. 1:40 to play in the third. Anderson +1 after halftime after they got it down to a 7-point margin. Eichel left wing 3-pointer. That's too strong, and Mbugwa has the rebound. Here comes Carson-Newman firing right to left to the front court. Rutherford to Weichel, right wing, catch and shoot 3 for the record again. Missed it short. Rebound poked by McDowell to the sideline, and it goes out of bounds before she can track it down. 1:20 to go in the third. Carson-Newman leads at 57-46. Weichel ready to inbound the ball on the far right sideline in an 11-point game. Carson-Newman is led by as many as 14 on a couple occasions. Gonzalez hands it to Weichel. Carson-Newman runs the weave. Boshears, Rogers, left wing. Out to Mbugwa, top of the key to the right wing. Boshears. Weichel pops open, left wing. Ball fakes, runs into Stafford. She is going to be called for a personal foul, and Braylon Weichel is going to get free throws here as that puts Anderson over the limit. 1:08 to go in the third. 57-46. Weichel at the free throw line. She's 3 points away from matching a career high that she had against Tusculum in that double overtime game. Free throw up there from Weichel. Splash. 6 of 6 at the line for a 91% foul shooter. Weichel to get one more opportunity. 1:08 to go in the third. Second one up there. Rolls around the rim, hangs on the front, and then circles down. 13-point game. 59-46, 65 ticks to go in the third. McDowell splits a couple defenders, shovels it over. Sheridan, right side jump shot of the lane. Missed it too strong. Rogers the rebound. Carson-Newman coming to the front court. Under a minute to go in the third. Rogers hands it off. Gonzalez, top of the key. Gonzalez dribbles left, comes back down, throw it out. Rogers, left wing. Rogers sprinting right, spinning left, stopping, throwing it out. Weichel. 40 seconds to go. 15 on the shot clock. 13-point Carson-Newman lead. Weichel, top of the key, jump shot on the way. That's too strong. Rebound to Stafford, and Mbugwa is caught in no man's land. She falls on top of Stafford, but Carson-Newman had a foul to give with 34.6 seconds to go in the third. 59-46. Carson-Newman here in the second half, 5 out of 14 from the field. Anderson, 5 out of 17. McDowell to throw it in. Gives it to Stafford. Well, this is an Anderson team that will have a lot to say come tournament time in the conference. Stafford works around a Wilson screen, sprints to the left block, lays up a left-hand shot off the glass and down. 11-point game, 59-48, 20 seconds to go in the third. Carson-Newman on top by 11. Weichel dribbles to the right wing, hands it off Gonzalez. 10-9 as Boshears gives it back Weichel. Weichel sprints left, and Mbugwa called for an illegal screen. And it gives it back to Anderson with 6.8 seconds to go in the third. And Mbugwa just didn't get out in time to get her body fully out in front. So Anderson will have a chance to trim this to a single-digit game going to the fourth. Stafford catches with her back to the bucket. Now she sprints across the timeline, 4 and 3. Gets to the right side of the lane, falls away on a jump shot. It's too strong. Bodies collide, and that's how the quarter comes to an end. And Carson-Newman, despite seeing its lead whittled down to 7, is able to build up a double-digit margin at 59-48 with 10 minutes to go. Carson-Newman on top. Lady Eagles look to close this one out, leading at 59-48 here on the Eagles Sports.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment break. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Carson-Newman by 11 as we start off the fourth quarter, 59-48. Lady Eagles looking for a 6th straight win over Anderson. Meanwhile, trying to put an end to a 2-game conference losing streak. They haven't lost 3 straight since 2016. Sheridan left wing. Has it for Anderson as she dumps it underneath Wilson. Wilson dribbles, loses the basketball, gets it back, throws the shot up. Mbugwa swats it out of bounds. Ruthie Mbugwa with a good shot block there. Ruthie's got a couple. Carson-Newman has 5. 11-point game, 9:46 to play. Stafford on the baseline looking to inbound. Looking, circulating, throwing. McDowell catches right point. McDowell waits, gives it to Stafford right corner. 10 on the shot clock. Inside of the arc, lobs it to Wilson. Wilson dribbles once, comes back to her right, and a foul is whistled. And I think this is on Braylon Weichel, picking up her 2nd personal foul. Sends Wilson to the line, who airballed one the last time she was up there, and is 18 out of 62 at the line this season. 9:35 to go in the game. Wilson, a senior, will step up to the line. She's about at the top of the apex of the circle, then dribbles once, and a left-hand shot is pure. Well, you switch up your motion at the line. Sometimes it pays dividends, and the first one does go for Nelia Wilson. Putting together a solid year. 6 points, 5 boards per game this year. Missed the 2nd foul shot. Rebound poked around, and Mbugwa there to snatch it out of the air. Hands off Gonzalez. Carson-Newman with the ball, coming right to left. Boshier sprinting to the left block. Right-hand layup. Got a little too far underneath. Wedges it left side of the rim. Rebounded by Eichel. 9:20 to go in the game. She sprints into the front court, spins around, runs into Mbugwa, puts the shot up, and throws it out of bounds. Mbugwa, good high hands there. Good strength as well, absorbing that contact. 9:18 to go in the game. Carson-Newman leads at 59-49. Braylon Weichel, 38 points. Her next bucket will be a career-high effort. O'Shear's left wing, out to Mbugwa, top of the key. Swings at right wing, and Gonzalez. Back for Penland, top of the key. Sprints right, down the right side of the paint. Puts a right-hand layup off the window and down. 7 for Penland. It's back to a dozen. 61-49, 8:55 to play. Weichel takes a hit from Stafford. They don't call a foul, and Stafford breaks the press. Sheridan dribbles to the free throw line. Jump shot rattles out. Rebound to Wilson on the block. She puts a shot back up, doesn't get it to go. Gets it back and draws a personal foul. And Wilson's headed back to the free throw line. Penland called for her 3rd personal foul. 8:42 to play in the game. Carson-Newman leading it here by a dozen. 61-49. Carson-Newman leading it by 12. Wilson with 2 more foul shots. One dribble, steps up, throws the shot up there, missed it short. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you. Visit trilite.net. Wilson to get 1 more foul shot in a 12-point game. Throws it up there with the left paw, missed this one short, and Mbugwa clears another rebound, her 3rd. 61-49, Carson-Newman leads with 8:37 to go in the game. Weichel into the front court. Dribbling around an Mbugwa, screen to her right, hesitating, crossing over, losing the basketball. And now we get a held ball as she gets a hand on it with Wilson, and it stays with Carson-Newman. So that avoids the turnover for the Lady Eagles. Brittany Bailey back out there. Sheridan will take a seat. Sheridan and McDowell have 31, the rest of the team 18. The rest of the team is 8 out of 32 from the field. 61-49. Carson-Newman leads with the ball. Penland top of the key. Bounces it to the left wing, and Weichel. Weichel dribbles left. Stafford steps up, and they call a offensive foul. Third personal on Braylon Weichel. Stafford got to the spot that time around. Weichel didn't like the call, and now Keely Rogers will replace Emily Gonzalez in the lineup. And with Carson-Newman leading by a dozen, 8:19 to go here in the contest. Anderson ball, Stafford in the backcourt. She'll work it across the timeline. Boshiers picks her up the length of the floor and now settles back into half-court man-to-man defense. Stafford works around a screen, gets to the right side, kicks it out. Eichel, right corner three is way off. Missed it by a mile on an air ball. Rogers collects the rebound. Sprinting into the front court against McDowell. Now backpedals out, throws it Penland top of the key. Ball fakes on a three. Eichel falls to the deck, bounces it Rogers right corner, tosses it underneath, Mbugwa right block, catching, putting one high off the window, and in Ruthie Mbugwa gets it back to a game high 14-point lead, 63-49, 7:40 to play in the game. Stafford walks it across the timeline, gives it to McDowell left wing. McDowell waits for the sign, a team high 17 on the day. McDowell sprints right, crosses over, looks underneath, fires it for Bailey. Shot is up. Three different Eagles had their hands on Bailey, and they call a foul on Skylar Boshiers. Fourth team foul already here of the quarter, so Anderson will be in the bonus the rest of the way with 7:24 to play in the game. And two foul shots coming here from a 63% foul shooter. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital, laser-focused on your success. Bailey sinks the first foul shot, bringing rain to the facility. High arcing, Twine Tickler. And one more coming up here for Bailey. On the way, high arcing again and straight down. 63-51, Carson-Newman's lead is a dozen with 7:24 to play. Stafford in the backcourt, picking up Weichel the length of the floor. Weichel across the timeline, looks to the sideline for the call. Now comes left. Eagle fans calling for a foul. Stafford against Weichel. Weichel all the way to the block, shuffles through, puts the shot in. A career-high 40 for Braylon Weichel. She's the 15th player in conference history with a 40-point game. Absurd effort for Braylon on a record-breaking performance. Stafford top of the key, dribbles left, pulls up from the elbow. The shot looked like it was coming out. It wedged against the back iron and went down. 65-53, 6:45 to go in the game. Rogers will get it across the timeline for Carson-Newman. Penland right wing. Dribbles a couple times, works around an Mbugwa screen, stops from the right wing for a jump shot, swirls out. Bailey the rebound. 6.5 to go in a 12-point game. Bailey sprinting all the way into the front court left baseline. Bailey kicks it out. Stafford, top of the key, three-pointer, high arcing up there and in. And it's down to 9, 65-56. Stafford catching fire. She's got 7 now here in the quarter. 9-point game, 6.25 minutes to go, and Mike Mincy calls for time. Lady Eagles will try to stop the bleeding when we come back. Carson-Newman on top by 9, 65-56, 6:11 to go in the game. Step out for a break here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Anderson has 22 offensive rebounds in the game. They've turned that into 18 second chance points. And a big reason why they've hung around with Carson-Newman in a 9-point game with 6:11 to play in the contest. Carson-Newman leads at 65-56 behind 40 points from Braylon Weichel. She's over 2,000, the second Carson-Newman player to do that. And she's reset the program's career three-point record, now with 257, passing Tatum Bergstrom with her 5th in this game. Left wing, it's Boshiers. Boshiers crosses over, gets the left block, right-hand running shot, left it short, gets her own miss, puts it back up on the right block, and puts it down. 11-point game, 5:55 to go, 67-56. Carson-Newman ahead. Stafford straight away, crosses over, comes back to her left-hand side, fires it left wing. Sheridan a three, air ball. McDowell collects the rebound in the right corner. Shot clock doesn't reset. 13 on the shot clock. Stafford right wing three, she connects there. Down to 8 rather, 67-59. 5.5 to play. Stafford with 10 fourth quarter points. Rogers top of the key. Right side dribble to the right block, swings it back out as she comes and hands it off to Weichel right wing. Braylon back to Rogers top of the key. Rogers dribbles left all the way to the block, floats up a shot and puts it off the window. And in 7 for Rogers. Back to 10, 69-59, 5:08 to go. Can Carson-Newman get some stops here down the stretch? Anderson has been solid here in the quarter, getting second chance opportunities. Stafford backing it out. Carson-Newman looks like they're in a 2-3 zone. Bailey on the right elbow, pulls the trigger on a jump shot, way off. 14th rebound, career high matching for Rogers. Fires it forward for Boshier. Boshier sprints to the free throw line, swings it left wing. Campbell Penland, catch and shoot three! Rains it home from long range. 10 for Penland, and it's back to 13. 5 unanswered for the Lady Eagles, 72-59, 4.5 to play. Stafford fires, left corner McDowell. Lobs underneath, Bailey. Right-hand dribble, right-hand layup, off the window as she glides through the lane. 72-61, Carson-Newman by 11 with 4:20 to go. With a basketball in their hands. Weichel between the rings. Weichel over to Penland right wing. Bounces it for Mbugwa. Now Boshiers to Weichel. Weichel, Stafford is shadowing her. Weichel crosses over, steps back, throws it out. Boshier. 8 on the shot clock. Penland gets to the lane, throws it. Rogers, left baseline, 15-footer. Splashdown from Keely Rogers. 9 now for her. She's turned it up to a different level in the second half. 74-61, 3:48 to play in the game. Stafford, 10 points, all in the quarter. Has the ball right wing. Lobs it Sheridan left wing. Stafford was open for a second. Sheridan instead steps back for a three. Missed it short. Rebound in and out of the hands of Wilson. And that goes out of bounds, and it brings us to our final pause in play. Carson-Newman leads by 13. 3:34 to go. 74-61. Carson-Newman ahead as we step out for a break here on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
By 13 here. 34 to go in the game. Here against Anderson, looking to put an end to a 2-game league losing streak. Carson-Newman losing 2 straight for the first time in 3 years. They haven't lost 3 straight in 7 years. Weichel in the backcourt, hands it to Rogers, gets it back. Weichel has options here. She gives it to Rogers. Lady Eagles don't have a lot of time to get it across. Boshiers just does beat the press. Gives it to Penland, left corner, three is in again. Weichel found her, and Carson-Newman has its largest lead of the day as they've sunk 5 shots in a row, and it's an 8-0 Carson-Newman run to take this 77-61 lead. 3:07 to play. McDowell, right corner, a three-pointer on the way. That's short. Penland grabs the rebound in the corner. Penland bounces for Rogers. Rogers ahead to Boshears at midcourt. Boshears looking, throwing it. Weichel left corner. Has Wilson on her, stepping back, thinking about a jump shot. 2 defenders on her. Weichel on the baseline. Will back it out. Nobody's on her. She steps into a jump shot, and she buries it. 42 for Braylon Weichel, taking advantage of the mismatch. 10 in a row and an 18-point lead. Lady Eagles leaving no doubt in this one. Stafford, left wing, resetting, throwing it over to Sheridan, right wing. She gets to the lane, running, left-hand shot, drawing a foul. And Bugwa got a piece, and that's the 4th on the freshman from Danville, Kentucky. Carson-Newman on top, 79-61. This is actually a 7-0 Carson-Newman run. Or check that. Yeah, 7-0 Carson-Newman run. 12-2 overall to get this 79-61 lead. That's now 79-62. Sheridan makes the first. Her second free throw is in. She has a season-high 16 now in the game. 79-63, 2:24 to go in the game. Boshears left wing. Back out Weichel. Weichel, cross-court pass, Penland. Lady Eagles playing, keep away. Rogers down the lane, throws it over, and Bugwa right block, and Wilson gets a block. 16-point game, 2:10 to go. Stafford front court, free throw line, rise and fire, jump shot is in. A dozen for Stafford. It's down to 14, 79-65. Ball gets deflected, out of bounds, off of McDowell. With 2:02 to play in the game, 79-65. Carson-Newman heating up here in the second half. They've made 9 out of 13 in the final frame. Rogers throws it in. Penland catches, turns. Stafford hits the deck, gives it forward to Boshears. 5-on-4 break, and they blow the whistle with Stafford down behind the play, and she'll get help to her feet. I think she just made contact with a hardwood on her knee, almost like you would bang into somebody on the knee, but she's toughing it out. Second leading scorer on the team has caught fire in the 4th, but with 1:58 to go in the game, it's 79-65. Carson-Newman on top by 14. Boshears to Weichel. Weichel dribbles right-hand side, and let's see what happened here. They blow the whistle. I thought the clock started. 1:54 to go. And now they want the shot clock to be reset to 22 seconds. Carson-Newman shooting 45% in the game. Lady Eagles in the second half at 52% in the contest. With 1:54 to go, Rogers to inbound the ball. Bounces it for Braylon Weichel. Weichel with 42 points. Hands it off for Penland. Gives it to Boshears with 15 and 14 to shoot on the shot clock. Now to Mbugwa, top of the key. Lobs it for a cutting Boshears right block. McDowell swats it and picks it up in the right corner. McDowell has it in the front court. Gives it on the left wing and then hands it off to Stafford. Thought about a three, jabs, pulls the trigger on a three. It's wide right. Penland has the rebound. Feeds Rogers, and with 90 seconds to go, Carson-Newman leading it by 14. Boshears called for a travel. 10th turnover of the day for Carson-Newman with 1:23 to go. 79-65, Carson-Newman on top by 14. 123 away from ending a 2-game conference losing streak and getting their lead in the Mountain Division back to 2 games, with Tusculum losing to Lenore-Rhyne. Stafford on the right wing. Backpedals out, throws it to Bailey, lobs it underneath Wilson. Wilson underneath the bucket, circles a shot off the glass, and in 9 points for Wilson. It's down to 12. This is 6 in a row now for Anderson, and then a steal. Stafford takes it away in the backcourt from Rogers, and a foul is whistled on Carson-Newman with 1 minute to go in the game. Weichel picks up her 4th. Rogers had it swiped out of her hands by McDowell, and Stafford picked it up, and Stafford goes to the line. 93% foul shooter is Brittany Stafford. Anderson answering Carson-Newman's 7-0 run with now 7 unanswered of its own. And they've pulled back to within 11 with 1 minute to play. Carson-Newman also only has one timeout left, so they can only advance the ball to the front court once. Stafford's second free throw is in. It's an 8-0 Anderson run with 1 minute to go in the game. And Mike Mincy calls for his final timeout to chat things over here. No, check that. No timeout. It was just a substitution. Carson-Newman brought Harley Smith into the game. With 1 minute to play, 79-69, Carson-Newman on top by 10. Braylon Weichel, 32 first half points. He's got 10 in the second, 42 in the game. Rogers works along the right side, flips it forward for Penland. Now to the right corner, Smith. Back out Penland. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson not fouling in a 10-point game. Weichel top of the key. On a record-setting day for Braylon. 7 first-half three-pointers for the 5th time. She's tied the school record. Weichel dribbling right against Stafford. Steps back, jump shot up there. That doesn't go. Half minute to go in the game. 79-69. Here with a half a minute to play. Stafford hands it off. Bailey, top of the key. High arcing three is good. And it's down to 7. And that is 11 in a row for Anderson. 79-72 with 24.9 to go. Carson-Newman has gotten quiet here in this one, but should be able to hold this one off with 24.9 seconds to go. And a full timeout. So resetting some things here. Braylon Weichel, 2,000 career points in this game with a career high 42 in this contest. It's the most points that Carson-Newman has seen an individual player score since Harris Price went for 44 at Lenore-Ryan on February 2nd, 2019, a span of 116 games and 1,480 days ago. She's the 15th player in league history to hit that mark. The league and program record for points in a game is 47. Ace Easter did that for Anderson back in 2019 as the league record. Data Caldwell did it for Carson-Newman back in 1979. So Carson-Newman with 24.9 seconds to go here in the game will inbound the ball on this near left sideline in the front court. It'll be Harley Smith to inbound the rock. Here on the sideline. Smith looking, still looking, throwing into the backcourt in Rutherford. Rutherford still looking in the backcourt, throwing it forward for Smith, and she is fouled as Sheridan commits her third, colliding. Anderson has not committed a foul in the quarter, so they have to commit that one, and they still have 3 more fouls to give with 19.1 seconds to play. Well, Carson-Newman can take a lot of time off the clock. Smith to inbound, gives it to Weichel. She's immediately fouled by Stafford. Third on Stafford. Anderson does have the possession arrow and 3 timeouts, so it's not crazy to think that they have a chance in a 3 possession game. Inbound Penland in the corner. 17.4 seconds to go. 79-72. Sheridan gets her 4th personal foul. That is the team's 3rd, so 1 more foul to give. Inbound to Weichel. Weichel holding on to it. And Stafford commits her 4th personal foul. Team's 4th. And Stafford has her 4th. Sheridan has her 4th. Lady Eagles have drained about 10 seconds off of the clock. Now the inbound will come on the baseline with 15.4 seconds to play.
Trying to get a tie up. No
Rutherford to inbound the rock. Rutherford looking, giving it to Weichel in the left corner. Weichel will come to her right-hand side and draw a foul, and that'll be the 5th on Stafford. And that is the end of her day. So Stafford commits her 5th, and Braylon Weichel will go to the free throw line. Good work by Stafford in the 4th quarter. Frustrating start to the game, but 14 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists is what the preseason 3rd-team All-League pick will finish with. And it'll be Joelle Snyder to replace her, and Braylon Weichel to the free throw line in a 7-point game with 12.3 seconds to go. Weichel has cooled off in the second half. 42 in the game. First free throw up, and that is perfect, and she gets 1 more opportunity at it. 43 for Braylon Weichel. One more free throw up, and it's silky smooth. 44 for Weichel, 9-point game. Here comes Snyder into the front court. To the right-hand side, Snyder throws it out with 5 seconds to play. Bailey, top of the key, 3 up. It's in with 2.8 seconds to go. 81-75 with 2.8. Anderson closing this game strong, but too little too late as Carson-Newman closes it out, and the Lady Eagles beat Anderson for a 6th consecutive meeting. After leading by as many as 18 down the stretch, Carson-Newman settles for a 6-point win. The final score, Carson-Newman 81, Anderson 75, as Braylon Weichel sets records aplenty. And we'll wrap those up for you as the Lady Eagles win it 81-75 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagles student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza